And good evening, world. It is October the 13th, and it's late in the evening. I'm still in Chicago. And about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in California and I had my first ever, what I've been informed is the word taco, but I called it a taco, and it was horrible. And tonight, I had my first ever hot dog. It was vegan, made from tofu, and I had what passes for chips. Now, chips in America is these lumps of sweet potato or big potato that's sort of deep fried, but they're squares, and it's like not what I call chips. What I call chips in America is French fries, and I had a vegan hot dog with French fries. It was great. Anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to do any astrology tonight because astrology is just for lingua franca, for the holistic revolution, right? But if you're going to be holistic, you've got to take on environmentalism as well. And there's three things that have really got my goat over this last 24 hours. And so this is the Sunday sermon and I'm ranting, all right? So if you're not in for a rant, turn off right now. First thing first, fracking. Fracking's big in America. It's getting to be as big as it is in Britain. And it's seriously bad. It's screwing up the water table. It's not doing the environment any good whatsoever. And basically, go and ask your elected representative if they support fracking. And if they do, don't vote for them anymore. Fracking is the most stupid type of environmental behaviour you could possibly ever have. And that's fracking. And similarly, GMOs. I'm delighted to see there's a consciousness revolution happening in America around GMOs, genetically modified organisms. In Britain, fortunately, we seem to have got rid of most of them. And the idea of just eating this Frankenstein food is crazy. I mean, it's about intelligence, folks. I understand, but people with not a lot of money have got to eat whatever they can, and sure, I do recognise that. But really, again, it's about talk to your elected representative, and if they support GMOs, then just don't vote for them anymore. And then, if you think GMOs and fracking is bad, euthanasia. It seems to me that if you're entitled to a good life, then you're entitled to a good death. And there's so many people out there now who are screwing up, who are dying of cancer or dying of something really nasty that's long and protracted and painful. And it's like, for God's sake, just, if I was in that position, I'd be screaming at someone to let me inject myself or do something like that. And this is all about having a decent quality of life. There's 3 times more people on planet now than there was when I was born. It's getting crowded and more crowded, and there's a need for individual psychic space, but there's also a need for personal dignity, for integrity in the way we live our lives, and a clean conscience. And if you haven't got that, you ain't got nothing. I don't care what your lifestyle's like. Sunday sermon, Steve Judd ranting, live from Chicago. Can you dig it? 36 hours time, I'm off to Toronto and then Ottawa, and I'll be talking to a lot of people about that in the next 12 hours or so. Meantime, I'm just going to call this quits tonight because you can tell I've had a really strong coffee. So, okay, this is Steve Judd, the Caustic Astrologer. Sunday sermon over. Tomorrow, I'll do some astrology. Good night.